Hi.
Hi.
Have you ever watched Netflix before?
Yeah,
Well, there's a show on there called Fuller House,
I'm aware.
uh, and that is the sequel to Full House.
Yeah.
And Full House is a sequel to Regular House, which is the sequel to the show on Fox, House. So they're
Wow.
all in the same universe.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I never would have known that because I haven't seen any of those shows.
You never seen House?
No,
I think it might be called House on D, but still House.
I've seen like scenes from it, but I haven't watched a full episode.
Hmm.
It's more of a mentalist guy myself, even though they're completely different genres.
Full House.
We're gonna do that one.
Yeah.
I only know two things for certain in this world. People love pastry. People love fish. Thus,
It's funny because he's equating fish and pastry, which are like totally separate foods on the food pyramid.
Also, I do have to say, I love me some pastries, but not so big on fish.
Yeah. I could do some fish sometimes. Like I like
Yeah.
sushi. I
And,
like
and
smoked salmon on my bagel.
oh yeah, I've salmon. I've had a really good salmon recipe.
Yeah. And like there's some like cod and haddock.
Yeah.
Like if oh dude, nice like fried fisherman's platter. Mm-mm-mm.
Our school used to do fried fish, and it was fried fish. It did happen.
Was it edible?
Sometimes. It's more than you can say for a lot of the dishes there.
Yeah.
So,
I used to get like the same thing at my school. I usually, if they had buffalo chicken pizza, I would get that, but usually I would just get the like chicken patty sandwich.
yeah.
Can you believe we paid like $2 and upwards for like that kind of quality of food?
It was a total ripoff. And like everyone who worked there knew that too.
Mm-hmm.
I submit for your approval flounder tarts.
So that's funny because he combined the things that he said people liked, which was pastries and fish. So he made flounder tarts, which is like a play on Pop Tarts, but like instead of pop, it's flounder, which is a type of fish, or it's a fish-related word. I'm not actually sure if flounder is a kind of fish. I suppose you see.
It is.
Look at,
It's 100% a type of fish. I'm looking it up right now.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you look at the screen right now, you'll see the standard the Google definition for what flounder is.
Approval denied. Still mad at me.
Don't worry about it, Shorty. Your Uncle Jesse has it all taken care of. Joey?
He ate one of the flounder tarts, not knowing that was a flounder tart.
Because of the similarity in look
Yeah,
and physical texture on the outside.
he did a
Oh.
good job replicating the tart part of it.
Mm. And it does look tart from the way that he was eating it.
Probably not tart. Probably fish. I think fish is just enough of a like flavor that you can just say it tastes like fish. Not in the
Right,
same way
it's-
like it tastes like chicken. Like fish has a distinctive smell and taste
Yeah, but
to
every
it.
fish tastes different.
I know, but like if someone says, "Oh, it smells like fish in here," you know what they mean. But yeah, he wasn't expecting it to be fish flavored, and his reaction to that was very funny.
Yeah. That of disgust
Yeah,
and displeasure. How would you
And so-
feel if you were to get a surprise flounder tart? Let us know in the,
in the
comments,
comments below.
below.
Yeah, that one right there.
Two questions. Can you help me? And what did I just put in my mouth?
Yes, and flounder tart. Oh, brother. Should have got all the bones out of this one.
Give me that. Give me that.
So that was funny
Yeah.
because of the supreme disgust on John Stamos's face.
And Mullet Guy was just completely unaware of his woe and misery, and discovered that he left some bones in the recipe, in the batter.
The supreme disgust led to the climax of the joke of him spitting out, not in like the trash or like a napkin or paper towel, but in an oven mitt that is frog.
Yeah, and is currently being used by, Micah doesn't want me to say Mullet Guy, so Mullet Man.
See, it's funny because he put back on the glove that has eaten fish pastry in it.
Flounder tart.
Wow. Sorry, fish pastry is the store brand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, now, say I was to put, I don't know, one of Joey's very delicious flounder tarts in his pocket here, like so. Watch. See, just put it in the pocket, and I give it a nice, what's the word I'm looking for? Whack. Like so. I know that my dear pal Joey would forgive me, right, Joe?
Yes, I forgive you.
Thank you. You see how that works, boys? I do a thing, he forgives. It works very nice. Now, boys.
It's funny because he, in his eyes of revenge for having eaten flounder tart, which is his fault. Like, he just picked it up. He did not ask consent. Like, hey, can I eat this? He did not say, hey, can I have this Pop-Tart? And then he could have said, no, this is flounder tart.
Or he also could have said, hey, what is this? It looks good. What are you making right now? And he could have said, oh, I'm making flounder tarts. But that didn't happen.
No, so he's mad because he's dumb. So he's taking it out on belt loops. And he squished the flounder tart, and the flounder went everywhere around his breast pocket.
Yeah, and now his shirt is dirty, which is funny because mess. And all of this was brilliantly packaged inside of a life lesson for the children to learn how to apologize, or how to forgive people who have done you wrong. Something that the adults themselves have not actually learned because he hadn't actually forgiven him for the flounder tart, which again still wasn't Green Shirt's fault. But it's funny that they're trying to teach this lesson without themselves having learned that.
Can you find it in your heart to forgive Michelle over there?
No.
No. Okay, well, I see this concept may need another example.
Oh, well, permit me, Daddy.
Funny because he's not his. They're of equal or similar age, and so Green Shirt, Mullet Man, Belt Loops cannot be the son of John Stamos.
Yeah. It's also funny because the children didn't want to forgive the other child for what I have no idea, but so then John Stamos, is that his name? Right? The guy on the right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was like, oh, let me give you another example if you don't quite understand it. But then Green Shirt, guy on the left, was like, oh, no, let me do it instead. It's assumed that he's going to proceed and make John Stamos dirty as well.
Yeah, he will.
Now, boys, if I were to take some of this leftover fish goo and put some of it in my hand and just kind of goop it on Daddy's face, like so.
See, that's funny because in Revenge, he spread his fish paste glue onto John Stamos' face, and that's not what you want on your face. You want conceivably nothing but your skin and
Oxygen.
face appendages.
Yeah, but now John Stamos is considerably more dirty than or messy than Green Shirt guy is.
Yeah, it is a messy escalation, a mescalation, if you will.
I will not.
I know that he would forgive me. I'm gonna forgive you.
See, that's funny because he was he made a motion to hit Mullet Man, but did not because he realized that he was trying to teach his sons forgiveness.
Yeah. And that's another thing that we haven't really commented on, is that the entire room is watching them, and they are all just shocked at their childlike behavior that's occurring right now.
I forgive you. I do forgive you. Yeah, well, let's keep going with this thing, shall we? Now, boys, pay attention. If I were to say, I don't know, take this whole pitcher of flounder goo, and then I was to say pour it down Joey's shirt. Joseph, can you help me? My hands are a little dirty. Like this.
That's funny because he dumped an entire thing of fish goo down his shirt.
Which is tucked into his pants. So like,
which is also funny because there was consent. So he did help out.
Yeah. Also, there were like fish bits in there. I don't know if you saw those. It's pretty gross. It's like there was I saw a tail at one point.
Yeah, I think it kind of hints from before, because remember, he was just like, I didn't get all the bones out. This is like a callback.
Yeah. It's still like raw.
Yeah.
Not raw as in like the uncooked sense, although probably also that, but raw as in like a not clean. It's funny because he rubbed salt in the wound by patting his shirt, which now has fish in it.
Yeah, and that's going to be a bitch to clean.
Yeah. And probably it doesn't feel very good. Because, there were bits of fish in there. And, it's probably cold. I imagine it's cold. So, having that cold, wet, sticky, fishy feeling on your shirt, on your body.
It's not, deep. It's... Before it was just kind of, gestating around that. But, now there's a big chance that it got into his pant and underpant region.
Oh, yeah, that would be... Man, that's uncomfortable.
I know that my buddy Joey would forgive me. Right, Joe?
Oh, I forgive you, Jess. But boys, just so there's not a shadow of a doubt on this whole forgiveness concept, suppose I were to take this egg beater and crank it up to frappe and just stand behind your back.
Apparently, you can use egg beater as a rectal thermometer or as a prostate exam inducer.
I don't think that's what he had in mind.
Well, that's what he was going. That's what the attempt was.
Well, I know where he was trying to put it, but I don't think he was trying to help him.
Correct.
But is that the mother?
That is one of their wives and the mother of the sons.
Okay. So a mother stepped in at this point because
An adult. We could just say an
adult stepped in to stop the children from like going too far. And when I say children, of course, I mean the adults who are acting like children, not the children who are not really the focus of this scene anymore. But yeah, she stepped in and is taking over the lesson now.
Now, boys, before this fish fry goes any further, can you please tell your cousin Michelle that you forgive her?
We can't.
Why not?
We don't know what forgive means.
That's funny because they either didn't get it or just weren't paying attention the whole time.
Yeah, and like they're little enough where like that's a plausible.
Yeah.
Like it could be both.
Yeah. Either that or they just like, I don't think they ever really said that what forgiving means. They think they just used it in a sentence and like didn't give the definition for it.
Yeah.
I think they just said, I forgive you for the thing, or you forgive me for the thing that I just did to you, right? But they never like said what forgiving is. So it's possible that they were just caught up in their own little fantasy and never actually explained it.
Yeah. Well, that happened.
It did.
But what's happening with us? Well, check us out on Twitter and Instagram and Patreon, maybe.
And Facebook? Do you still want to plug
sure.
that?
I don't know if we do Facebook. I totally just blanked. But, give us a like, share, subscribe. Ring that bell, of course.
Mm-hmm. Share with your friends.
New episodes every Tuesday. All of the Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Every Tuesday until one of us drops dead, which will be never, because we're going to live forever.
Yeah. I'm a computer, so, like, I physically can't die.
Yeah. And I'm funny, and comedy never dies. But join us next week when we start to watch